Can you give at Marks with Mike's podcast a shout out? Shout out!
Hey, yo.
What a maneuver! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Are you kidding me? The irresistible force meeting the...
Yo, you already know what it is by the sound of my voice. That's right, your boy, Mr. 6'9". JT back in this piece once again. And of course, I am along with the co-host El Cheech. What's going on, Bobby?
What's going on, my peoples? El Chicha La Casa, we back at it again.
Yes. And of course, I'm joined by the unofficial, official intern / co-host, Mr. Casanova.
Good to see you guys as always. Let's get to it.
Man, ain't nothing to it but to do. And of course, we got a special guest inside the house, right out of here, out of the 216, representing Cleveland by way of Puerto Rico. We got to give it up to Don Bobby. What's going on?
What's going on? It's good to be on today's show with you guys. Let's get ready to rock. Let's do this.
Man, let's go ahead and do it. You already know how we doing, laying in the cut like the Monday as usual. But of course, we got to go ahead before we go ahead and get started. Got to remind y'all, make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, whether that be on IG, Twitter, the Book of Faces, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Look, you get the drift. We are everywhere on every single podcast app, whether it be YouTube, Twitch. Follow us. Marshall Mice is the name of the show. If you listen to watch, you should be able to spell it. We ain't doing it no more. But with that being said, damn, it is March Madness, okay? Not only do we got the brackets going on, we got everything that was going on last week within the world of wrestling and outside of wrestling. You know, we got some big news here in Cleveland. You know, got a new quarterback coming in, but we also got some news, of course, about some rumors that actually end up being true. We had a new women's champion crown. I mean, let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Let's go ahead and do it. So first and foremost, bro, we just go ahead, got to put it out on the table, man. Listen, we got to start off on a Monday. And, of course, Raw, per usual, for the last few weeks, has been on point. I got to go ahead and give it to you. I think the biggest moment for me coming out of that whole entire situation was the Mr. Me Too situation. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. How is Seth Rollins going to get to WrestleMania? Let me just go ahead and take your idea and spin it.
Me?
So, hated it.
You hated it?
Yeah, man, like that what's the point? You know what I mean? You know Seth Rollins was gonna win, and you're gonna have him, let's say, lose on his way to WrestleMania. You know what I mean? It just that booking and make that storyline, it made no sense.
What you thinking on that, Mr. Casanova?
Nah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of it at all. I just thought it was lame. They should have did it different. You know, that should never even been a factor on the episode. Bronze is going to obviously have to find a different way in, but as the rumors on the internet say, it might be Cody.
Yeah, but definitely, I gotta put. That's what they saying it could be. You know what I'm saying? Mr. American Nightmare, Cody, and I expected, you know, as they said, you know, the news came out, you know, but so you what you like about that, Don Papi? Do you care about that segment?
Besides the match was phenomenal. Let's put that out there first. I mean, whenever Kevin and Seth get in the ring, it don't matter what it's going on. They put on a hell of a show. The stipulation, on the other hand, it was a lot of filler. Everybody knows all the innuendos, all the comments that they've been doing on commentary, even in vignettes and in interviews, they throwing out the Cody Rhodes references. So we all see it coming. The question I have for you guys is, do you think it's too late going into WrestleMania to pull that trigger and just wait for Cody to come out the night after Mania? I'm all about storylines, man. I'm all about storylines. And to me, if you want a really good match, you got to have a really good storyline. 2 weeks out, I don't know if it's doing it for me, man.
That's right. He ain't lying. That's right.
That boy good.
Damn right he ain't lying. Listen, I totally agree with that, man. I mean, with it being so close, literally so close to Mania, I mean, in 2 weeks, you trying to do this story. And,
what was the reason?
Like, what was the reason? Like, you trying to do this whole entire story, and then you trying to introduce Cody less than 2 weeks in, and then it's no real build to it. A lot of people saying that this is like one of the worst build WrestleManias of all time. That's what
it's up there. I mean, the fact that Cody, the type of worker that he is, that you're going to get a phenomenal match, but it's just the storyline going in. It just doesn't, gravitate. You know what I'm saying? And that's the disconnection. But, Owens, Seth Rollins, it's crazy because he's probably like top 3 in your company, and you going in without no storyline. And that's what tells you, the state of storyline in WWE is just the one that's been running both. You know what I mean? They have to literally unify both titles in order to keep that heat, because they want to give them to Fox, they want to give them USA or whatever. You know what I mean? But I guess what I mean. Seth Rollins gonna get the match, but I would like. I hope it'll be WrestleMania. You know what I mean? It's just kind of different than the Hardys, because of course, we kind of didn't know. If you kind of knew. You know what I mean? But like, I was there when it happened, so I wasn't aware of it. You know what I mean? So the pop, it was tremendous, one of the biggest in WrestleMania history. You know what I mean? And I don't know if Cody will have that, but I don't think they should wait till Monday after Mania.
Nah, me neither. I'm not thinking that either whatsoever. But I will say this though. I will say this. Far as it being validated and it's being confirmed that Cody has signed, a lot of these AEW fans, pissed off that Cody went back to the Fed or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But like I always say, you ain't Capital One. Don't worry about what's inside my wallet. If that man want to go ahead and make some money, let him go make some money. Now, with also that being said, I'm not saying that I'm the hugest Cody mark out there whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, he can work. But to me, if you ask me, he was a big fish in a little pond. Far as notoriety on his name. And then after that, you started getting people that have bigger names and bigger notoriety, but it's still a small pond. So he signed, and I believe his deal is what, anywhere from $3 to $5 million a year or something.
And the thing is crazy because when he supposedly, like you said, like when he left $500,000 on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like $500,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want that. He come a few years later, and he pretty much just went up to Vince and
yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's exactly what he said, man.
So if that's not the American dream, I don't know what that is.
Shoot, he flipped. I'm talking about he took that bird and he flipped that a few times. He turned that one little 500,000 to $3 to $5 million per year. I mean, that's big news when it comes to especially professional wrestling. But other than that, you got to also look at the fact that we got some type of a storyline going with the tag team championships. Between RK Bro, the Street Profits, and then we found out earlier today that now they're gonna add in Alpha Academy to it. So now we got this triple threat tag team match, and I see a lot of triple threats and fatal four ways. It kind of makes me feel like I just want to put everybody on this card and give people an opportunity, but the wrestling world is going to receive that as lazy booking. That's just what it is. Pulling up out of Raw. I mean, did anything else excite you?
Well, this excited me.
Well, yeah, that right there was a SmackDown moment, but yeah, that right there, it was brutal. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that was SmackDown. I thought it was Raw. Look at me. Never mind.
But the brand split, right? Everything just merges together. It's not like the brand split actually is a real thing anymore, right?
Word. But yeah, that's pretty much about Raw. If you don't have anything else, I guess 2.0 time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to 2.0. What you got for us, Sheech?
Oh man, I'm gonna go here. Start up here. First of all, don't this guy look like Dominic's father?
Damn sure.
Gunter.
That's his
Yeah,
real dad.
man. Yeah, man. He he got LA Knight looking, looking good. He got involved in what's your thought about this, by the way? The Miz on NXT 2.0. I kind
I,
of like it.
Ooh. Let's go.
Two Cleveland guys.
Let's go with our guess on that. What you thinking about that, Don Poppy?
I actually like it. I'm probably one of the few people that think NXT 2.0 is actually getting really, really good. Don't get me wrong, NXT, the black and gold was it. I remember going, watching it and seeing the reactions when these takeovers were going in, and when 2.0 was announced and everything, and all the bright colors, everybody started shitting all over it. And yeah, it was a first. There's definitely some people on 2.0 that probably shouldn't be on TV wrestling. Maybe they should be on if 205 Live was still on the network or something like that. But you know what? WWE is doing really good in bringing some of these talents down and helping out these guys. I think Braun Strowman is a crazy, going to be crazy big star. And having Dolph come down is your NXT champion, and having The Miz come down and do a show, you cannot be upset at that, man. I think they're gonna shock a lot of people's expectation of what 2.0 should be. And but so far, I'm liking everything about 2.0, man. And that Nikita Lyons girl, I'm liking everything about the 205, man.
Oh yes.
He
Oh
ain't
yeah.
lying whatsoever. Listen,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, Cheech, let me tell you something, man. When Nikita Lyons, when she comes on 205, you know what I do? Guys, I grab a pastelillo like this. I grab a pastelillo.
Yo, check him out. Shout out
buddy.
to Kofi. Kofi in La Casa. Damn, my man. Yeah, the Nikita Lyons, she definitely a problem out there. But yeah, man, I thought the Miz, coming out, having that, let's say that multiverse, going into, from like they said, from Raw, it was a good look, man. I liked it, From that transpired, that's when they had the match, right? They that turned into a match, LA Knight against Ziggler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll talk to that amount in a minute. I don't know. This surprised me. I forgot this. Did this happen? Let me see. This match happened, and then Rey Mysterio popped up.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio and Dominic, like out of nowhere, like kind of going back to what you're saying, like the whole time multiverse going on, like just popping up. And to me, what that signifies to me is that, man, we are in the mud. We need some of y'all to show up because these ratings ain't what they should be. But I do like the fact that you bringing over some stars over there to help give it what it was supposed to intend to do. If you go back to the old NXT when it was just on the WWE Network, that was kind of the thing that they were doing. You have a William Regal come down, you have a Seth Rollins come back, you have a CM Punk have a match in NXT. You have these stars come down to help give these guys quote unquote a rub. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is a good look, and I think if they execute everything right going forward here, we're bringing these stars in, which they should have been doing from the jump, even with the black and gold. I think that this will be a lucrative thing for NXT, but they have to utilize it right. Back to what Don Poppy was saying, like Dolph Ziggler right now as NXT champion, I'm with it. I'm all for it. Why? Because you got someone who's already accomplished, who's been there to the mountaintop. He's a notable face. Everyone knows who Dolph Ziggler is, and they're going to tune in because Dolph Ziggler's there. They're going to tune in because The Miz is there, and they're going to tune in because Rey Mysterio is there, Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero's son. You know, they're gonna tune in because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know. But like I said, Gunther, man, Gunther could be the dad though. No, but definitely that was a strong, you know what I mean, like a strong showing for them. And the fact that they got Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode also is down there, and there's good workers. So that's what they need. Repetition with good workers that could lead. You know what I mean, like help them lead and like Don Papi said earlier, man. They picking up steam. You know what I mean, and by now with that we know right? What where they going with this at in Dallas?
Yeah, so at Stand and Deliver, you know, we're gonna have of course Braun Breaker going up against Dolph Ziggler. At Stand and Deliver. I think this is gonna be happening in the afternoon. So I'm with it. This is good, but to me, I don't want Braun Breaker to get the W over Dolph Ziggler. Not at this point. No. I don't need a 1 month championship reign. If you really want to make something out of this, let this keep going on into the summer and then holler back at me. But I'm with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. To me, the chase is always better than retaining. And right now, you know, if they were to put the belt back on Braun Breaker, that's 2 times the guy's had the belt in his short career. So you already know that the plan is there to bring him up to the main roster. I think that'll be a huge mistake. They need to quit doing that. On the flip side of things, it's a good thing that they bring these guys up to the main roster and send them back like they have been in the past couple Monday Night Raws. That way they can know what it feels like, get their feet wet. I think it's cool what they're doing. And I don't know about you guys. Did anybody get kind of like a heel Mysterio feel with Dominic when they were backstage? I mean, my man just put out his handshake and said, man, you know, you the GOAT of Mexican culture, man. And Ray kind of looked like a heel there for a second, man. He kind of shrugged him off like nothing.
It's like, who is you? It's
Who
like I
is
know
you?
where. Who?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
So
I
you
don't know you, man.
know,
No.
yeah. But yeah, that was a good one. You get what about you, Casanova? What do you thought about that statement?
I mean, it's always good to see Ray on TV. I don't know how long they're going to have him and Dominic in there, but you know, it's a great feeling to see him on a different show. But as for the Braun Breaker match, yeah, he needs to lose that. And if anybody's going to take it off of Ziggler, it's going to have to be Escobar.
Mm.
Just so y'all know, Mr. Casanova's been campaigning for Escobar to be the NXT champion for the past year, and we support that. But with that being said, what you got for us next on NXT?
I don't know about this. You know, he came out with the violin. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, sad. Which is like, I mean, where are you going? You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, he whole sour puss. You know, he about to leave to NXT. People screaming, "Don't go!" It's like, come on, B. He ain't going nowhere. But then that fake ass Joe Pesci popped up. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I don't like that, B. I do not like that. Where they going with? So it seems like that's. I don't know, man. Like it just they've done it so many times. You know what I mean? When they're about to leave, they some of them they do after the show. Some of like he did. You know, and all sentimental and shit. So I don't know. And I guess from that we got this match, a stand and deliver, and I could care less.
I have no emotional attachments to this match whatsoever, but I do like Tony D'Angelo. I like the character. I mean, I like
What?
I like it, bro. It's like, you know, I was big into the Sopranos. You know, I was big into the Sopranos. I was big into the Godfather. I was big into Goodfellas. All that. Like to me, being that guy that likes all those mobster movies, like I like his character. Not don't get me wrong. You know, yes, I have zero investment in this feud at all, but I'm happy that Tony D'Angelo's getting in there with a goat as far as with NXT.
Yeah.
As for him, like retiring Champa, I would not pick Tony D'Angelo to retire him. I would wait, just a little bit longer and have Johnny Gargano come back and retire his ass if he's gonna have anybody put him out.
Okay. So Tony could work. Tony could work. Low key, Tony D'Angelo could work. But we see the writings on the wall. This happens all the time. You get a guy going up, moving up to the main roster. He got to put somebody over. We've seen it all the time. But what I think, Tommaso Ciampa should definitely win this match. Am I invested in this match? No, because there's really no storyline. Okay, so he kicked him in the balls. All right. Other than that, there's no storyline. So you can't really get invested behind it. Now, if we're just looking at the performers, Tony D'Angelo is one of those guys in NXT 2.0 that when I look at, the guy could be polished up correctly. Man, the guy could really be a good star. I like his swag. It may sound cheesy as hell because we've seen gimmicks like this before, but low key, it's kind of getting on me, man. It's like that teacher. I forget his name. Chase. It's like Chase, the Chase University dude. At first, I hated it, man. I couldn't stand it, and now I see myself chanting for him when he comes out. So Tony could work. So am I into this match? It'll probably be a good match because he could work, and we all know Tommaso, like you said, the goat of the black and gold. He could work. It might shock a couple people, and we'll see what happens. But we see the writings on the wall, man. We kind of know what's going to happen.
Okay.
I hear you. What you got for us next coming up?
I don't know, man. It was shit. Well, to be honest, NXT 2.0 should have a NXT Elevation or Revelations or any of that. Because don't get me wrong, Homegirl, she nice. The Chinese girl, the school girl they call her. The other one, come on, man, really? Out of all the girls that you had, this is what you giving me? This piece of mierda, man.
Yeah.
And then you got this. If you into seeing people make out, this is another waste of time. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, that to me, like, listen, put back the first one with Saray and Homegirl with the blonde hair.
Yeah,
Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
So we got a Power Ranger versus Brooke Hogan.
She like Brooke Hogan in the face.
You're crazy.
Yeah, man. But shit,
Or,
she just doesn't do it for me, man. And it's just the booking. It's horrible booking, man.
Filler, man, filler.
Hated it.
definitely hated that match. Yeah, I hate to see this happening to Saraya. I mean, because remember, like they hyped her up. This is the next biggest signing coming out of Japan. And and what's this?
Yeah, and then Triple H got got removal of duties, and everything went to shit. To be honest, the match of the night for me was this one.
Yep.
A kid. You trying to put this kid over? Look at him. A kid. He just came in. They didn't give him no intro. Like just somebody else.
Intro.
Yeah, it's like to me, it should get us involved. You know what I mean? Like, I think they should have gave him a proper entrance. You know what I mean? He got the W.
Yeah, but
Kushida.
about Kushida, exactly. Like, what are you doing with Kushida? This man supposed to be the man of the future. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be able to hop back into the DeLorean and go back.
The man of the past.
Yeah, this is I don't know, dog. Listen, Kushida ain't been treated good since he been signed over there. I mean, I understand he got hurt, but I think that they could have did so much more with Kushida than what they've been doing with Kushida. Because remember, they put him in that tag team. What was it? Something in Ty or with the other guy with the jacket that looks like the other guy that used to wrestle in NXT. The guy released Kono Reeves. He looks like Kono Reeves a little bit, but they add that tag team. And then you dissolve that. I don't know if that's still a thing, or if they're still, homies or whatever. And then you got them over here taking L's to, people like A-Kid, which is no disrespect, but, I understand his debut, but this is Kushida, former NXT Cruiserweight Champion. And this is what we got to show for him. I mean, I think A-Kid going to be a stud, though, in NXT. They need to do something with Kushida. I don't know. I mean, main roster may not be it right now, or if they do call him up, they may have to team him up with somebody on the main roster. I don't want them to team him up with Tozawa just because, they both Japanese and we got another Kai in time.
Choppy.
Yeah, but that's my opinion on it. What you think about that, Mike Angelo?
I mean, personally, I think Kushida should be at a higher level than this guy, but I have seen A-Kid matches before on NXT UK, and the guy can definitely go. He knows how to handle himself in a ring, and, I mean, he's definitely going to be the future.
Okay, I got you. What's going on, Don Poppy? What you thinking?
Man, I think it's time for him to change, man. You got to get rid of the jacket, get rid of the Back to the Future stuff, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I had a lot of high hopes for him, and they just ain't been booking him properly. Like you said, I know he got injured that time, and he was out for a little bit. But it's just really weird to see. I don't know. And if they do set him up to the main roster, he's just going to get lost in the shuffle, be chasing that 24/7 title around. Or hey, put him with Shinsuke, man. Start an Asian faction, man. Do some, crazy. Get them over by heels or something. They got to do something with him. Jacket Time didn't do anything for me.
That was the man.
He hasn't been doing much for me. So the kid can wrestle. Yeah, he can definitely go. But to put him over like that, man, they could have picked somebody else. They could have picked somebody else, and I don't know if they picked Kushida just because they know he could wrestle. It'll be a good match. It was definitely the match of the night, but they could have definitely picked somebody else for him to just get over, even if it was a 5-7 minute squash match. But to do Kushida like that, yeah, man, they got to do something different. They got to do something different.
And I'm with you on that, but to go back to what you said, Shinsuke, Tozawa, and you got Kushida inside of a stable, right? I like that idea. One question, though. Who the hell's going to be their mouthpiece?
Funaki.
That's right, because Funaki actually speaks very good English. I don't know if y'all know this.
Indeed.
He speaks very good English, but once again, they portrayed the character as not being able to speak English. So I don't know. That's some fantasy booking shit. I like that.
Hey, who was the Asian manager in WCW?
Sonny
Ono.
Bring him back.
I won't mind that.
They did it with Paulie Dangerously for a little bit. They did it with Paul Ellering for a little bit. Bring him back.
Why not?
Bring him back. They always want to do Blast from the Past and taking us down memory lane. True wrestling fans will remember him. Bring him back. You got to do something that stands out. Now I'm not talking about you grab a dude and do a Val Venus choppy pee pee and nothing like that, but bring him back.
I'm with it.
Yo, JT, what's the worst that can happen? He don't get over. He's not getting over now.
Yeah, he ain't doing shit, and none of them are over right now. I mean, shit.
Next,
Paul Flair. You're right on that. But what you got coming up next for us? Because I'm pretty sure it's time to move on that Wednesday night.
Yeah. We have what is this? The Slam, St. Patrick's Slam or something?
Yeah, since St. Patrick's Day Slam, I mean, you had the Jericho Appreciation Society commencement, aka JAS. Scorpio versus Wardlow going for the TNT Championship. You had Hangman Page and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus going up against I forgot what they're calling the Undisputed Era inside NXT. Let's just go ahead. I mean, I'm sorry, in AEW. Let's just go ahead and call them the Core. I mean, I'll do that. You had Nexus and you had the Core. Of course, you had Britt Baker going up against Thunder Rosa for that AEW Women's Championship. And last but not least, the Hardy Boys going up against Private Party, Moxley and Bryan versus Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta. So let's talk about Dynamite. Dynamite was very explosive, no pun intended. You had a very explosive night. You had basically if you ask me, the Jericho Appreciation Society reminds me of the Straight Edge Society. Straight Edge Society. The only thing that's different.
I don't get that vibe. I get like that the early TRL days, you know, when you have the 98 degrees and they're trying to recreate, you know, a boy band. That's what it looked like, you know what I mean? And
I think it's more like the Mean Street Posse 2.0 right there.
Yo, tell me why. So I'm watching this and I'm listening to it and everything, and then everyone.
Look at this potato head looking up. Look at his eyes. Like, he been with Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, he definitely been partnering with Tony. But you had Jake Hager out there. Oh, I'm a sports entertainer, and I'm trying to remember when's the last time Jake Hager actually entertained me.
No, and the thing is crazy because I mean, not to make fun of that, but he do have like a lift, and and it sounded like he said "Flo Westes," like Sackatash, wabbit. I'm hunting wabbits. So it's like I'm a Flo Westless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen. We here at Marks with Mikes do not discriminate against any type of speech impediment. But I will say this. Yes, it is hard to take him serious, especially if he's trying to cut a serious promo or whatever. But, the whole sports entertainer thing that's going on, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is why Cody left, because this is far from the vision that originally started off in Jacksonville when they had that big old unveiling of AEW and they had the crowd outside, and this is what we're not going to be. We're going to be the alternative. I'm like, this sports entertainer shit sounds like something straight out of a Vince McMahon playbook, doesn't it?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. I'm really not a fan of 2.0 or whatever you want to call them. To me, they are the great value Young Bucks.
No, they're not 2.0 no more.
No, they're not 2.0.
They're calling by the real name.
They're still the great value Young Bucks. That's exactly what they remind me of, the Walmart brand Young Bucks.
Yeah, but that whole thing, I'm still waiting for it to see how it plays out. Hopefully it plays out right. Maybe he's able to do what he did for Sammy Guevara. And that's about it, because he did absolutely nothing for LAX. He did absolutely nothing for Jake Hager. He did absolutely nothing for MJF when he was part of the Inner Circle for a minute, because let's be honest, MJF spun that light on his own, baby. So maybe he can do something for them. Maybe out of those four guys, Daniel Garcia and 2.0, or maybe he makes Jake Hager a star. But we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I think they start out hot. Like pretty much every other episode with a triple threat match. You had the Red Dragon and Adam Cole versus Adam Page and Luchasaurus and the Jungle Book. They started, they opened the show. They opened the show, man, and Adam Cole, ever since he's been in AEW, man, yeah, his stock went down, B. In my eyes, he hasn't
Yeah.
been booked properly.
Yeah. I don't even know who this guy is anymore. to be honest, they did have some nice spots though. They had the one spot where everyone did the little, the flippity flop shit going out into the outside of the ring. That was a real dope spot. If you look at it, that spot was done by I want to say Lucha House Party at one point in WWE. So that was a nice spot. I mean, but other than that, it was a spot fest, and then we had a W. Other than that, it did nothing for me, far as being invested into the storyline that is Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. It did nothing whatsoever.
Not
It gave me a lot of spots that I can go, oh, yo, did you see that? But nothing for the story. What you think about that, Don Poppy?
See, this is the part of the show that I knew we were going to get to, where one or two things are going to happen. Well, I know we're not going to get canceled after the comment that Cheek says, so that's not about Jake Hager. So, but this is the part of the show where you probably guys won't like it. You probably won't bring me back because I'm gonna say this: AEW lately has not been doing anything for me at all. I am a huge Adam Cole fan. Adam Cole is nowhere near what Adam Cole was in NXT. Luchasaurus, not a fan of it. Jungle Boy has no mic skills. And Adam Hangman Page does not do anything for me as their world heavyweight champion. To me, he's just a belt holder because Kenny decided to take care of his vertigo and some issues of pain and injuries that he wants to heal up before he comes back. Now, look, Red Dragon could do some great things, and Adam Cole could do some great things if Papi Tony Khan can decide to quit trying to compete so much with WWE and making his product more like WWE. When we first started watching AEW from the way back in All In, everything about AEW was different. That's why the fans like it. They wanted to see something different. They took the mindset of New Japan and added American stars, and we got AEW, which was great. But lately, it hasn't done anything for me. I don't want to jump topics, but you look at somebody like CM Punk. How many of us were waiting for CM Punk to come back? And he came back. That honeymoon phase is over. It's not doing anything for me. To me, the biggest star that AEW has is a man by the name of MJF. Is the biggest star that they got. I don't want to hear nothing about Wardlow. Nope. About Jericho and his goofy group. Nope. I don't want to hear about the Lucha Jurassic Park Express or whatever it is. Nope. The Lucha Brothers weren't doing much for me towards the end before one of them got hurt. The only one that is must-see TV when he grabs the mic is MJF. I don't care about the Hardy Boys coming back to AEW. Don't do anything for me. Been there, done that. We've seen that played out. Boom. They need to get Adam Cole back on Page. Adam Cole could have the palm of the wrestling world in his hands if they just let him be Adam Cole. That's it. But they want him to portray this person that you can see it's affecting his in-ring ability. So it's not doing much for me, man. I'm sorry. I used to love AEW, but lately, now we see why Triple H said it's not a race, it's a marathon.
It's a marathon. Yeah.
And it's so true. I heard not one lie at all.
No, not detected. Not detected. Not one lie.
Not one. Not one. And if you listen to this or you watching this and you going, oh, it's not that bad. Listen, bro. This shit is night and day compared to what it used to be. Okay? It's basically, I mean, I remember people, and I was one of those people that would put up the posts and the memes like WWE Light. Nah, like this right here, like this is exactly what you were trying not to be. I mean, it's basically WWE with the TV 14 rating. And but there's nobody that's must see besides MJF. I mean, it ain't Mox. I mean, right now, I mean, don't get me wrong, Mox is a beast, but the person people tuning in to hear on that microphone talk is MJF.
JT, I want to ask you guys something. So back then, when NXT Black and Gold was on, I'm sure if you guys are anything like me, you guys will record wrestling throughout the week. And Raw was something that I would record and go back and watch it. NXT is something I most likely will watch it live. If not, it'll be AEW, SmackDown. I would watch it live. But I had to make sure that I watched AEW live. I had to make sure that I watched AEW Dynamite. It had to be live because I know I could fast forward to the 3 hours of Raw. Lately, I can't even tell you when was the last time I saw AEW live. I usually will watch it the next morning before I go to work and fast forward through some of it. To me, as a wrestling fan, that ticks me off because you guys were about something different. It's not no more. Like you said, it's completely night and day. And they're reminding me more and more of WCW in their last days. WCW was doing the same goofy stuff that got them sold in the last days of the last maybe 2 years. And it's going down that route, man. It's not doing much.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, when AEW first hit the scene, it was like that. It was like that 97, 98 feel, you know, when WCW was on top. And at this moment, this is definitely 1999.
The Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly the words I was coming out. But I feel that no lies detected on that. Absolutely. All in favor of agreement. Say aye. Aye. I'm one. What else you got for me, El Cheech?
You know, we're gonna touch since he brought him up. To me, there was a waste of time. You got the Hardys coming back, you know, together, especially first time AEW. You could have not, you know, you could have made this a bigger thing, you know, come out like at a pay-per-view stuff. You're gonna just give it out on TV, you know what I mean? And we just it kind of lost his luck. Cause tell me, bro, Jeff Hardy, every time he took a breath, everybody was popping. You know what I'm saying? Every time he took oxygen, you know what I mean? Every time anything that guy did, everything, you know what I mean? Everything he did, everybody was eating it up. And that tells you that dude's still over. They're like a major act. And to me, they treated that, you know, they treated it, you know, purely, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at him. He felt himself like, you know, it's great seeing them together, man. But to be honest,
now we need to have Bobby Shmurda jump out next to him, and they could do it at the same time as Hugh does it better.
Jeff Hardy, man. Jeff Hardy, he's over, man. And I like to see us the Hardy Boys, but Jeff Hardy is, you know, he's on one right now. You know what I mean? He's on one now. But this match, I guess, you know, the Poppy said wasn't much. Let's talk about the one match. You know, let's talk about the belt match. You know, this one right here going in, it was kind of like a puzzle. Like, hold on, man, how they gonna do this? You know what I mean? Like, Warner can't lose. He's the face of the revolution. You know what I mean? And this guy just won the belt. I don't know, man. Like that match, it was stupid to me.
What
that booking was horrible.
If you went in if you thought that Wardlow was gonna walk out as the new AEW TNT champion, wrong. Okay, definitely, totally wrong. And yeah, back to what you were saying, El Cheech, the booking. I mean, to me, if they're gonna have a face of a revolution ladder match next year, I don't want no parts of it. Because everyone that goes through this shit, they get nothing. I mean, this is like literally Sonic jumping through the ring and then you got a little bonus round, and you got to collect so many rings. And if you don't collect so many rings, it fucking bounces you out, and you got to go back to the board. This is exactly what it is. Like, this is Sonic the Hedgehog, literally. I don't know if he's watching Sonic while he's booking the face of the revolution, but it's to me, it's purpose. It's no purpose to it. I mean, because literally everyone that's won the face of the revolution ladder match, 2 people, nothing has become of it whatsoever. At all.
Nah.
It's the same thing with MJF in the diamond ring, right? It's just a diamond ring. Nothing's happened. MJF hasn't gotten a title shot. MJF isn't around here carrying gold. The same thing that goes for this. This whole Dan Lambert walking down, wearing one of the TNT championships absolutely makes me sick. It's disgusting. It's Arby's disgusting. Okay? And,
You're the meat. You know who beat is that? You know the Arby's?
yeah, Pusha T, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
You know what gets me crazy?
Yeah,
You know what gets me crazy?
What?
He just made a diss track dissing McDonald's. It's it's an Arby's track where he's dissing McDonald's. And to me, where the hell has hip hop come where we making, this tracks for the competition to go against the competition? I mean, I understand everybody want to check, but come on, B. That
ain't it. JT, this just proved my point, man. You guys just proved my point. Out of all the wrestling shows we talked about, this is the only one that we started talking about food over their product. I'm telling you, man.
Oh my
God. You just proved my point. Let's check this out. Let's pretend for a second, and I'm going to put the pen in my hand. I would have had the Hardy Boys wrestle right away. Number one. You're not doing that. Number two, everybody knew MJF was going to come down. You knew Wardlow wasn't going to win that belt. You knew it. Nope. So what do? You hold off on it. You try to figure out other ways. So out of all the matches that Wardlow has had, which a lot of them were squash matches, obviously, you had Scorpio Sky beat him. If that isn't a WWE booking, I'm telling you, man, if whoever's watching this, look, I'm not an AEW hater. I'm a wrestling fan. I love WWE, Impact, MLW, ROH. I'm a wrestling fan. But if you call your product something different to catch my attention, for me to tune in at 8:00, then it's got to be different. If you're giving me the same thing that made me leave Monday Night Raw to watch your product, and you're giving me the same thing, and on the flip side, Raw has just been whoop, 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 then that's just it. We're talking about your product, AEW. If whoever from AEW watches this, I hope y'all do. That'll be great. But you, AEW, you want us to talk about your product. The only time that we've talked about your product, we end up talking about Arby's and the beef between Arby's and McDonald's. Because that's more entertaining than what's going on. Come on, brother.
Ooh. Bars.
See, y'all making me take another bite of my pastelillo, because va a ser una noche larga, puñeta.
Yo, kid, that's just crazy. That's definitely a point, man, that you make there, man. That's definitely a clip. But you know what I mean, moving from, I think that we're gonna talk about this. I think it got potential. The Steven Regal Brigade, you know what I mean? DB and Moxley, you know what I'm saying? Against what is it they call it? Super Friends, Best Friends?
Yeah, super best.
Yeah, friend of the show, Wheeler Judah. You know what I mean? He definitely showed out in the match. You know what I mean? A match that fit the purpose. You know, and let's say he got a rude awakening.
Maybe Wheeler's looking for work. Oh!
Ooh,
Yeah.
listen.
Hey, listen. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Listen, Bobby. I don't know if William Regal's been on the way to the AEW shows listening to Ludacris slap or some shit.
Sipping on a fifth for the. I feel like slapping somebody today. Slapping somebody.
You know, but he's over here slapping people and shit, and I don't know. I don't know if that's some type of kink shit. And there's no nothing against that. I'm not kink shaming. If that's your bag, that's your bag. But I do know one thing. Those mics were open. I'm pretty sure I know what Willie Yuta was probably saying at that moment. And to be honest, I probably would have said the same thing too.
Boy? Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same smart tech. You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back. Both of y'all niggas.
Like, to me, that would have been my reaction, because you just not gonna just punk me in the ring and just slap me like that. Like, hey,
emotional, damn it! You want?
Cut, but I do like this because we had this side of William Regal in a minute, and we talking about since his run as King Regal.
Yeah, no, and he was a great heel. And I'm gonna tell you this: the way it's looking to me, whoever they get next, that is not in that company, the perfect fit for them is gonna be Cesaro. You know what I mean? Because they already, you know what I mean. William Regal, if y'all guys didn't catch Talk is Jericho interview with him, you know what I mean. Yeah, he had a good relationship with him. So it's just a matter of time till we see Mr. Claudio over there popped up, and they kind of he's following the storyline, because remember when Bryan Danielson started talking, one of the names that he brought up was Wheeler Yuta, and I think under their tutelage, man, it's going to be great for the young Tiger.
Yo, that right there, to me, Wheeler Yuta underneath Bryan Danielson and John Moxley and William Regal, iron sharpening iron. They're basically molding that kid, to be something good. So I'm with it. I need to see more of it, less slapping, because to me, you slap somebody, like, somebody got to go. Like, I challenge you to a duel type of shit. Like, someone has to leave Earth. That's just in my opinion. What's your thought on that, Mr. Casanova? And after that, we're gonna go to Don Poppy.
Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of factions, but if they're gonna make like Wheeler Yuta into like a trained killer or something like that, he could definitely use the push under all those guys. Like, I mean, there's the legendary William Regal. I mean, his run in WWE was great. The King Regal thing, like you mentioned, that was like one of my favorites from back then too, because it just made him look like I don't know, like the ruler of all. Like, he's not taking nobody's shit. He's gonna do whatever he says. If you step on him, it's not really going to go that far, because he has Danielson and Moxley in front of him. So,
okay, Don Poppy, what's your thoughts?
The last time I ever seen somebody get slapped like that was in Puerto Rico, when my dad told me, don't pull that mango off the tree because it's not ready yet. And I pulled it off the tree and I ate it. He asked me if I ate. I said no, and he slapped me. On the serious note, let me tell you, man, somebody slapped me like that, we got some serious issues. But I like it. For some weird reason. It snaps people out. Look what it did to John Moxley. Look what it did to Daniel Bryan. Now Wheeler, man, there's something behind that slap. And you know Regal's laying it in. Regal is thinking of everybody at NXT and in Stamford, Connecticut when he slaps somebody. And that's dangerous. But he slapped the taste out my dude's mouth. I kind of think William Regal kind of got scared. If you see the whole thing, he jumped back when the guy turned around. Wheeler turned around like, bruh, you really laid it into me. But, being slapped in the face like a Ric Flair chop to the chest, ain't no joke, man. These guys, the way they get slapped around like that. And I hate to see who's the next guy that's about to get big slapped by William Regal's pimp hand. That's a strong hand. You know, that's a strong hand.
Yeah, that's a
strong
pimp,
hand.
That's a whole ass pimp that's walking around slapping people and shit. But overall, though,
he needs to bust out the baby powder, man.
Where's the 5 fingers? Say to the face. What? Slap.
like he just going around just slapping people. But I'm like I said, no kink shame. If you like it, that's your lane. I'm with it. But if that would have been me, wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. He's about to slap me in my face live on national TV. No, character is broken, yo. I don't care how old he is. You gonna get these hands. You guys are gonna slap me and sun me like that in front of everybody. No. But at the end of the day, yo, that to me was one of the entertaining parts of the day. Shout out to Wheeler because if anyone deserves some type of a push, some type of anything at this moment, it's definitely him, man. He's been laying down the groundwork for a very long time. And if you want to know more about Wheeler Yuta, go ahead, tap in, go follow him on IG, Twitter, or you can go ahead and tap in and go listen to the episode where we interviewed him. We got to learn a lot about him. But yeah.
Yo, it's time for the main event. The main event. A women's world championship steel cage match in Thunder Rosa's hometown of San Antonio. And I must start by saying I hated this fucking match. I hate when there's a given match and they fucking bring out thumbtacks. You well know how I feel about thumbtacks.
Speak on it. Tell the truth, Shane the Devil. Listen, Cheech, I am not mad at you, as Tupac would say. I ain't mad at you. With that being said, for me personally, I was more so happy that Thunder Rosa got the L and finally got the title.
Not the L, the W.
I take that back. She finally got the W. Britt Baker got the L. Is it a week too late? Yes. Should they have pulled that switch at Revolution? Yes, they should have pulled the switch at Revolution, and she should have been walking into her hometown as the AEW Women's Champion. I did not like the fact that Britt Baker no-sold, going through the tax with the power bomb and just rolled out the ring to go pick up a chair casually.
There was some big bumps, you know what I mean? Like this one.
The mind in the spine came to steel. With authority, the bloody heads cracking together, these two women. Oh, my God! Rosa fired Thunder Driver in the thumbtacks. Together, new champion, Thunder Rosa. Congratulations to her.
Man, you see that referee, man? Shout out, man. She was counting 1, 2, 3 on top of the thumbtacks. I guess Britt Baker was pissed because there were people saying that the thumbtacks were dummies. You know what I mean? They weren't real. So I guess she felt like she had to answer to that, which I think was stupid.
Yeah,
but
I want to answer to that shit.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I think it was great. The fact, hometown. Me personally, her coming in, I think it was great. It took too long. You know what I mean? Like perhaps she should have been the champion from the first time they fought. But remember, when they fought, she wasn't technically signed with AEW. She was still with the NWA. You know what I mean? No, but you're not gonna give her the belt for somebody that's not with your company. Hello?
Yeah. We see
you
it
know
all
what
the
time. Not really.
Okay, prime example. Kenny Omega winning the Impact Championship. He won signed the Impact, but he damn sure had the title. Kenny Omega with the Triple A Championship. He won signed the Triple A, but he damn sure held the title. All I'm saying is the best wrestler at the time when they wrestled the first time was a Thunder Rosa. I would have put the title on her and kept that shit moving. I mean, maybe to me, in reverse, this should have been a reverse situation. Maybe Thunder Rosa should have won the title first and then let Britt go chase. Because let's be honest, and I love Britt Baker as a human being, as a person, all that. But was her title run as memorable far as the matches? No.
Who, Britt Baker?
Yeah.
She should have lost that title a long time ago. Thunder Rosa, they did it with her too late. I'm glad she's the champ now, but I think they just did the shit too fucking late.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm happy for you. You got the title. It should have been happened. It should have already happened. You know, shout out to Thunder Rosa.
Congratulations!
But other than that,
damn.
but other than that, you feel me? It's like,
oh my god!
I wish they would have taken a better picture of her than this, because she looks like the sister from Pet Sematary that was upstairs.
Well, that's the thing with all the with all the paint, the blood. That's why, and they're in a cage. There was too much going on, man. But shout out to Thunder Rosa for holding the belt. So right now, this is the way, you know, we're looking at it. How everybody that that's in the company, you know, with the belt. So this is the champions, and I think
diversity.
Yeah, the diversity. There you go. About time. First of all, Cowboy gotta lose it. The two in the back.
Jungle Express needs to go to Santana and Ortiz. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And then Jay Cargill needs to get rid of that belt and go with the other belt.
I'm sorry. Every time I see Jay, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I like where you going with there, Cheech. I like that. Thunder Rosa versus Jade. Maybe a unification with the title, because I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna say they don't need two titles for the women's division, because if I say that, it's gonna be all sorts of letters. Plus, it's Women's History Month, so no. I say that yes, we do need Jade going after that title, but maybe we should have it like Goldberg. Remember, Goldberg was a U.S. champion, and he ended up beating Hogan, and he won the heavyweight championship, and then they end up just relinquishing the U.S. championship or whatever. Maybe we should have one of those situations if Jade does beat a Thunder Rosa in the future. But shout out to Tony Khan actually listening to Big Swole and putting some more diversity into the company. I mean, you got the first ever Latina to hold the AEW Women's Championship. You got Jade, first of African American to hold it. You got Scorpio Sky, the first ever African American to hold two of the titles. And then
the first dinosaur to ever hold the title.
The first dinosaur and caveman to ever hold titles. Like, this is huge. Yeah. And then there's Hangman Page.
Yeah, cowboy shit.
Yeah, that's about it. Now, speaking of that, moving on from that, I should say, what else popped off that what else popped off from AEW Dynamite? Nothing much, but we can flip back and go back to AEW once we talk about everything that's been popping off as well. So we
talk about Rampage, I guess, you know. Yeah. I mean, Impact wasn't too much going on.
I did like the match between the Bullet Club and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. That was pretty much the match. They started up hot. You know, they opened up the show with that match. You know, you know what you was gonna get, and you have Alex Shelley on the ring, you know, and of course Switchblade, he put it on. You know, it was a great match, but other than that, you know, I mean, everything, you know, I just go by, you know, I mean, Deonna Purrazzo still holding it down. Rhino fighting Deonna Purrazzo's husband. My bad. Yeah, Steve Macklin, my bad. Yeah, and then you got this new guy, what is his name? Bipumtir Oguyar. I don't know if I butchered it. And Larry D. Yeah, man. Yeah. So what you thought about Impact this
I
week?
didn't give a shit about that match. I mean, it was all right. Wasn't a bad show. I've seen better, but you know, you're always gonna get some good with some bad.
Yeah, definitely. Other than that, man, on SmackDown, I don't think there's anything that other than, of course, you know, this you put the Pornhub logo on the bottom. No, but you know what I mean? Just this pretty much that's all that happened, you know.
I mean, the segment with the Usos and Roman Reigns, and then you know Cowboy Brock Lesnar starts riding around crazily in a forklift. I mean, that was pretty dope. I mean, you know,
that opened the show, right?
Now, didn't that remind you of a certain situation from the Attitude Era?
Oh yeah, Stone Cold reign all over it.
Yeah, with Stone Cold, like I understand you got to go back into the well. Sometimes you got to make things old that that were once old, make them fresh. Do I like Cowboy Brock doing all this unnecessary shit? Not really, because he's already a beast. There's not really much that you need to do outside of that. But the fact that my man Brock Lesnar tore off the door off of a fucking guard, like, that makes him even more larger than life. But I don't like the fact that it making my tribal chief looking like he backpedaling, looking like he's scared, looking like, you smell that? You smell that, son? What's that? What's that you smell? Like, you remember 50 Cent, I smell pussy, like, him running off, with the Usos, like, no, like, this is the tribal chief. This is the same person not too long ago, less than 3 weeks ago, hit Brock Lesnar with the Tupac hit him up promo. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my ring. This is my cameraman. That's my sign because they acknowledge me. And then 3 weeks later, you running off? Like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But, I do like the fact that they're finally starting to do something with the build when it does come down to it. But let's see. I will say this. Brock versus Roman Reigns, they're selling it to us for the 6th time, okay? And for all y'all complaining, it's the 6th time we've seen this. Well, for y'all complaining, look at it like this. For y'all, the same people that complaining, the same people that buy Jordans, y'all been buying the same goddamn shoes for the past 25 plus years, and I ain't seen y'all complain not once.
I feel attacked.
Okay. But, I mean, no judgment. If you read buying the same Jordans, just with the difference in the shade of red or the shade of black or whatever, it's cool. But SmackDown this week, I'm gonna be honest. Besides that happening, basura.
Hit that jumper.
It's basura. I didn't like it. It didn't give me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, last week Raw was better than SmackDown, and that's something. That's something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's usually not the case, but it's been like that consecutively for 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't really. I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
I don't really expect too much from the show for like the so many shows before Mania because they're probably saving all that magic and shit like that for the 2 days that it's going to be on TV.
That's not the way it used to be, though. You know what I mean?
I know they used they used to go above and beyond. Now it's just like they're like, yeah, fuck these last couple of weeks, and we're just going to do it big at Mania. But I don't know.
What about you? Yeah, Don Papi, what you thought about Friday SmackDown?
It was a little lackluster. I mean, it was kind of slow, especially after Raw being so good. There was some nice moments. There was some good things. Some maybe tightening up the screws on a couple things, like of the Pat McAfee situation. I think that was pretty cool. I think, we all know Pat McAfee can talk on the mic. But yeah, I don't know if they're not trying to overshadow everything that Raw is doing, so they want to break it up a little bit and build it up a little bit more. But yeah, SmackDown definitely has to pick it up a little bit. It wasn't a great show.
Nah, It definitely not. It
Nah,
wasn't.
not at all, B. Not at all. I mean, Pat McAfee on the stick talking, that's his element. You know what I'm saying? That's why companies are paying him 3 figures, to be signed with him. So we already knew where that was gonna go. The whole promo. I'm sorry, and then I did. I'm sorry that your parents raised a punk ass bitch, and I was like, yo, once again, those are fighting words. You know what I'm saying? Like those are words where you just got to stand up and be like,
No, I got to cut you. That's the rule. Cut you.
you know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to die. Like you just not gonna be calling me, on live TV in front of 12,000 people probably in the crowd. Like that's not popping. Like, yo, I'm turning off your water. All right. Yeah. I'm cutting somebody water like Lamar would say in BMF. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
y'all want to touch on Rampage real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. This match right here. You know what was the intention? They look great, right? House of Black, but really? Well, they're there to bump.
The tag matches. The tag matches are just getting out of control.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Also, you had that match between the Butcher and Darby. Has brought out the Hardy Boys. Nice looking shirt, you asked me, and then pretty much I guess this was the main event of that night. Annoying Caster against Keith Lee. Listen.
Aluminum Caster.
Yeah, and
hang up that microphone, man. It was terrible.
Yeah, man. So they had a good match. You know what I mean? That's saying for Keith Lee to look, big or whatever. So he got jumped, and then we got one Swerve Scott. You know what I mean? I mean Swerve Strickland popping in, and seems like they got some type of alliance.
Once again, we don't need no more tag matches. If you're gonna build Swerve by himself, not have him and Keith Lee team up. Keith Lee needs his own spotlight, and he hasn't really had much of a spotlight since he left NXT.
Where's Jay Lethal? Right?
They had a lot of money for him. Where the hell has he been?
There's just so much thing going on. So thumbs up or thumbs down on that special time Rampage March Madness. Yeah,
Silence! I can't take this shit no more.
Yeah. What about just to get a little taste? Anybody cashed the Crockett Cup over the weekend?
Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, that just happened. You know what I mean? The Crockett Cup. We got the winners, the Briscoes. You know what I mean? They beat. I believe it was Baby Boy Smith, Harry Smith, and what was the guy's name? The other guy? Williams.
Mm-hmm. Doug Williams.
Yeah, Doug Williams and Harp Smith made it all the way to the finals. Shout out to Josh Bishop and West Maserati West. You know what I mean? They came out, trying to qualify. They didn't, but they still showed out. Bishop looked like a monster. Dom too. Dominic Correa was good. I actually thought that this, there was one of the best entrances. La Rebelión, Mecha Wolf, Boricua en la casa, and Bestia 666. Yeah, but they lost, man. They actually, they still the champ, but they lost. You know what I mean? And you have right here, my man. Yeah, he came out with a robe, man. He got a robe, Mr. Cardona. You know what I mean?
It's like glorious Bobby Roode.
Yeah, glorious. Yeah. He do got that vibe. Right here, the Cardona. It's Mike from wrestling. You know, Chelsea Green wrestled twice. You know what I mean? Look at BSK. You know what I mean? So Jeff Jarrett was part of the show too. So it was a possibility he could do something, but nothing happened. And then you had Homicide with the free
Hey,
paint shirt. He won the junior heavyweight championship, I think it was. I
The
forgot the name
first
of
ever, yeah, the first ever NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion,
it.
and I
Yeah.
think it's a good way to start it out with an OG. I mean, a lot of people made their NWA debuts this past weekend, I should say. I do think that this is good though, and that free Kane shirt for real,
hey,
free.
Free Kane. Yeah. And yeah, and another, I guess we kind of touch over everything there. To me, it's great that NWA is keeping some type of their heritage alive, and they're getting better. I don't care what nobody says. Matt Cardona is perhaps the hottest um, independent contractor out there. You know what I mean? He owns that Joey Janela run that he had a few years ago. So when he's
That's
doing
not
great.
bro.
What happened?
That's the new wrestling Thanos. He just collects belts everywhere he goes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I don't know any rumors or news. I'm gonna just start with this one. This is gonna go down in Chicago, the Windy City Riot, New Japan. John Maxley against Will Ospreay, perhaps one of the best unknown heels. You know what I mean? Because not perhaps a lot of people don't watch New Japan, but Will Ospreay's work on the mic right now is best to none. You know what I mean? At the moment, and they're gonna have that match, man. What you guys think about that?
I think that the real NWA, sorry, the real IWGP champion, Will Ospreay, versus Moxley is going to be good. I would like if they took that picture off because that's Fat Moxley on that picture. I need a new Moxley on that one, the healthy looking one. Yeah, he kind of looks like Braun Strowman on that picture. I don't
This
like
kind
it.
of looks like I don't know.
He looks like Horace Hogan right there.
It looks like another. It looks like another Tekken video game.
Or is
Yeah.
Hogan right now? That's a good question.
Yeah, man. And damn, not to get all down, man. Also, unfortunately, reports came out about the last few days of the Chico Razor Ramon Scott Hall. That's so sad what happened to him. You know what I mean? He fell. I guess he was on the floor for a few days. You know what I mean? So that didn't help. But everybody to pour in love. And one of the things I might be biased because we grew up on this guy. You know what I mean? He put out because somebody were talking about the fall away slam. That he does when he picks them up and he just throw them over his head. You know what I mean? So what was that? The legendary Carlos Colon told after taking the move, "You threw me like a sack of shit." That's what the name came from. So that fall away slam that he does is called a sack of shit, named by Carlos Colon.
See, I didn't know that, man. I had no
Yeah.
idea. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
and I guess like according to what Sean Wallman said, like nobody knew unless just a select few. You know what I mean? Because that was great, man. Rest in peace to Razor Ramon, man. Then the outpouring love has been crazy, But yeah, we on the road to WrestleMania, pun intended.
We are, right? So
Yeah.
since we're on the road to WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? And WrestleMania is going down, but I figured that it's only right that we go ahead and drop this announcement, right? Uh,
Oh my God, yo,
would you tell
let's
them?
let's get it. Go get him, Tiger.
Check it out. Listen, Wrestle Watch will be going down at the Haunted House. Your boys, Marshall Mikes, will be inside the building. This is, of course, the big event on the big screen. We're going to have a wrestling cosplay contest, $50 cash money inside your pocket. We're going to have some wrestling trivia along with some prizes, food and drink specials going down. And yeah, once again, we're going to be in the building. we're gonna be doing a live podcast. So shout out to the Haunted House. Make sure y'all there inside the building. It's gonna be nice. Look, come out there, bring your peoples, tell a friend and tell a friend. You tell your friends to get with my
Tell my friends, and we could be friends. Is that all right with you?
Shit, we can do this every weekend. But y'all definitely gonna slide in. Also, I have to send a happy birthday from this past weekend to the Juice Man. Yeah. So happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to the Juice Man and everything. Y'all make sure y'all check on them. Make sure y'all check in with them. And also, definitely gotta make sure that y'all are staying tuned. A lot of big news coming. Some guests that may pop up at the Wrestle Watch. We'll keep y'all posted. I do know one name is confirmed, and I will let y'all know this week on Twitter and IG. You have anything for the people done, Poppy? It's good to have you on the show, but let the people know more about you, where they can follow you. Did you enjoy?
So check this out. You can reach me on YouTube. It's called the Curtain Call Podcast. We've been doing the podcast there for a little while. Will Ospreay was actually my number 3 wrestler of the year this going into the end of 2021. But you can check us out on the YouTube channel, the Curtain Call Podcast. We drop episodes on Wednesday, so there'll be an episode coming out this Wednesday. I really want to thank you guys, first of all, for having me out there, having me come out with you guys. I really appreciate the love and support, bringing some of us on here like that. So it means a lot to me. And I just want to leave you with this thought. If I could, please, real quick, 163. 163. That's the amount of wrestlers AEW has under contract. They got to do something because they're bringing these guys over, hopefully, to get a push. And a lot of these guys are going to end up either on Dark or Rampage. The last thing we want for wrestling fans is for AEW to go through a little slump, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and then they can't climb themselves out of it. So 163. They got to do something different about that. They got to do something different about that. WWE, on the other hand, it's a larger company, and they only have 72. So it shows you 72 and 163. But if you want to know more about those numbers, you can come to the Curtain Call Podcast this Wednesday, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to talk to you about the difference and get you guys' opinion on it. But once again, JT, Casanova, oye, mi pana, Cheech, gracias por tenerme, lo hacemos para la cultura, toda mi gente en Cleveland, all my people in Cleveland, love you guys. I'm only an hour, 45 minutes going south in the capital, Columbus, Ohio, but Cleveland is always my home, and I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love.
No doubt. Thank you for coming on, man.
But, yo, you got the time real quick, man?
Yo, Casanova, what time it is?
Mine is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Yo,
it's definitely time.
We got to wrap it up. So with that being said, definitely got to thank you all for definitely tuning in, whether you're watching, listening to us. We got to leave y'all with our 2 PSAs per usual. First of all, too much negativity can have you unbalanced mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, okay? Spread more positive vibes. It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. Think about the messages inside that, think about the logic inside that message. It could be as simple as giving someone a compliment, helping someone out with something, or you can go to whatamaneuver.net, go to Marshall Mike's store on there and go order the Positive Vibes merchandise. You ain't got to get it for you. Get it as a gift for someone who may be going through something, man. We have them in tank tops, hoodies, V-necks. We got them in baby onesies, you name them. From small, medium, extra large, 4X. Look, we got it. Get that gift. Give it to someone who may need it. And also, listen, COVID is still here. Don't let the possible World War III thing distract you from it. Okay, it's still here. Okay, so with that being said, in order for us to beat COVID, it starts off with good hygiene. Okay, very good hygiene. Okay. So first of all, we're going to need you to do a few things. The very first thing we're going to need you to do is wash your hands. but most importantly, wash your ass. Okay, tell them what they gotta use, Mr. Casanova.
You got to use soap and plenty of it, please.
Okay, El Cheech, let these people know how they gotta do this, Poppy.
Yo, man, y'all know what it is. Remember, it's from face to ass, not ass to face. Oíste, from face to ass, not ass to face.
That makes plenty of sense. So with that being said, look, wash your hands, wash your ass, okay? Use soap from face to ass, not ass to face. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been March Madness. We out of here like last year. We in here like swimwear. But with that being said, man, we love y'all. Y'all be safe out there in them streets and that road. And yeah, we're gonna catch y'all on the flip side, okay? What those young kids be saying? We out.
We out. Peace. Too sweet.
Lávate el culo. O sea, puerco.
Leche.